Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, jeez. I swear, it's probably going to look like I film all these videos on the same day because I'm pretty sure I don't bother to do my hair differently or wear makeup for any of them. Anyway, as usual, well, not as usual, but I'm multitasking. They're going to fight in the background. Hold on. Give me a minute. Hey, Evie. Evie. You're okay. Sorry. Okay, so today, second last day, I think, and we are going to cover tea tree oil. So please excuse if I'm not always looking at the camera. It's because I am stirring a curry at the same time. So tea tree oil is... God, she's going to do this the whole way through. Evie, come here. Come here. Okay. Let's put a movie on. So tea tree oil is really good for lots of different things, which I'm sure I may have to come back to this because this is already getting a bit mental. Why did I think this would be a good idea during witching hour? Yes, Archie. Can you stop that while I'm on this? Just for a minute? Give me 6 minutes maybe? She's not going to stop that. I feel like I should come back. I can't edit a live. I can't stop you from having to listen to that. Oh no, she stopped. Okay. So, tea tree oil. Archie, you know how to do that, don't you? Is really good for quite a few things. So one of the main things is it's really good to put in your household products. It's quite good at fighting off mold, along with cloves. So I mop with tea tree. It is a good one to put in your laundry, like in your washing machine, that type of thing, instead of scented products. It is one that I always put in my shampoo and any hair masks that I do. So I always put some tea tree in because it's really good for your scalp. I'm trying to think of what else while I'm walking around the house trying to find something that's going to keep the child quiet. Okay, so here's a good hair mask for you. Coconut oil with some tea tree oil, some lavender, some rosemary for hair growth, some cedarwood that is good for thickness. I feel like that might be it. And then I always add frankincense because why wouldn't I add frankincense? Because it's good for everything. And then I massage that into my scalp, leave that for quite a long time, probably, half an hour, and then wash it out. And it's really, really lovely. But keep tea tree oil. If you have a dry scalp, put tea tree in your shampoo. What else have I got here? Sometimes if I'm having a bit of a breakout on my skin, I will add a little bit of tea tree oil to my cleanser. I don't do it for a long period of time, so I'll tend to maybe add a drop, not even actually. I kind of space it out, but I might put a little bit in my cleanser just to kind of dry out any pimples and stuff that I'm getting. I only usually need it short term because I don't generally have really dry skin and I'm not generally prone to breakouts. So it is a short term thing for me. Tea tree oil is really good though for cold sores as well. So putting a little bit of coconut oil and tea tree on. You can put tea tree on straight, but I don't get cold sores, so I don't know, but I have a feeling maybe that's probably going to sting you. So I always recommend diluting it out anyway. So it's good for that. Good for chicken pox for kids as well. What else have I got? Who has the time? But if you do, and you are really dedicated to self-care and you happen to be giving yourself a little pedicure or a manicure, or even if you've just got really dry cuticles or something like that, soaking your hands or your feet in some warm water that's got either some Epsom salts or even just your body wash can dilute, like a squirt of it mixed in with your tea tree, and tea tree oil in that water will be really nourishing for your cuticles and your feet, and it can kill off like athlete's foot and stuff like that. So it's good for that. I think, ear infections. So my main use for tea tree oil for not just my kids, but recently my mum has had to do it and my husband has had to do it. Tea tree oil is really good for ear infections. So I mentioned that oregano is good for bacterial. Tea tree oil is good for bacterial, but it's also good for viral. So a drop or two, the same way that I said about oregano, a drop or two on a cotton ball, and you rest that in your ear for as long as possible, and it helps to draw out the infection. And then you get some coconut oil and some tea tree oil, and you like rub it down the neck and the bone in front of the ear and the mastoid bone behind your ear. And again, you need to do that regularly. Don't think that if you do it once that it's going to be miraculously cured. Both my mum and my husband and my kids have had massive improvements with just one application, but it's the regular application that's really, really important. So don't forget that oils need to be used regularly if you want them to be effective and work. Energetically, so in terms of the emotions booklet, it is the oil of energetic boundaries. So if you're a bit of a yes person and you are constantly happy to support others, but you're finding it's draining you, you might be someone who likes to diffuse tea tree, because it can help you just prioritize yourself a little bit, put up those boundaries so that you can say no to protect your energy, because you are no good to other people if you are exhausted and giving and not getting anything in return. So I think that might be it. If you have any other ways that you use tea tree, I have to be honest and say mainly mine goes in hair, skin stuff, and then gets used around the house. If you have kids at school, you might have seen Amanda's post actually, but if you have kids at school and they get head lice or even childcare, tea tree is probably going to be your best friend. You would have noticed when you buy any of those head lice things from the chemist or the supermarket that they smell like tea tree, because head lice do not like tea tree. You can also add tea tree to your own little DIY fly spray, insect repellent. There is actually a doTERRA blend called Terra Armour, which is good for an insect repellent. We took it to Bali and we didn't get bitten by mozzies. Actually don't know if it has tea tree in there. I would assume it might, but you could always add that to Terra Armour to use a natural insect repellent. Otherwise, I think that's, just looking at my notes, I think that's probably it. Last oil will be, hoping tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow because I'm working, it will be Saturday, and that one will be Ice Blue. So I hope that you have learnt something over the last 9 days, and that tomorrow might give you something else to take away from it. But have a lovely night. Just quickly, so I'm making a curry for dinner. Just go. So I made a salmon and veggie curry, and I did not use actual cumin because I didn't have any. I used cumin oil, and when it's finished, the best thing you'll ever do is put a drop of lime oil and a drop of coriander oil in your curry, and it's the best thing ever. Especially lime. I promise you will thank me for that one. Lime is a very inexpensive oil. Do yourself a favour, and it should be your number one cooking oil to invest in. Otherwise, have a lovely night. See you later.